Do you ever feel awkward at networking events and not know what to say? Well, I'm Kristin Rohan from the Sassy Assassin Superpower Hour podcast on SoundCloud, and I absolutely feel that way all the time. So I wanted to share some of my top tips. Now, I'm dressed like this because my podcast has a theme every month. January is about sharing secrets, and we're channeling the Black Canary. She uses her voice as her superpower, and she loves a microphone, and I love a microphone. So what better person than to help us share these secrets? Now, I want you to remember, it's not about what you say, it's about how that person feels when they're with you. Maya Angelou said that, and it's so true. So just remember to be as authentic as you can be and step into your beautiful superpower self and shine. When I do that, I have such a better time and make deeper connections. I hope that works for you. Before every event, I always like to do two things. I like to have my story and know my outcome. Now, the outcome is what I want, see, I'm awkward. What I want to achieve out of that event. Whether it's to meet the organizers and thank them for putting on an amazing women's event, because I don't think that there could be too many. When we're connecting and collaborating, aren't we changing the world, ladies? And I love that. Yet the real reason I go, the big reason I go to events, is to just be social, to expand my network authentically, one person at a time. I love to hear stories, and I love to be able to then connect people afterwards. When I first came to Sydney, I didn't know anybody, and I went to a bunch of events and met the most amazing people. So thank you to all of you who made me feel so comfortable. My story? Well, a 30-second elevator pitch doesn't work for me, and I was inspired by Francesca Moy, who I met at a networking event and was a beautiful guest on my podcast. Hey, Francesca. And she inspired me to write a story and give a preview and really talk about why I was doing what I was doing. It became so much easier for me to go to events and network with people. We're going to talk about how to create your story in just a few minutes. I also like to remember that I'm not the only person who doesn't know anybody. So sometimes I'll go to events and think, well, I'm going to be the odd person out. But the fact is I've never been the odd person out, even when I was new to a country. So don't feel like you're ever going to be that way. Now, during the event, I like to be present and really listen to people. Sometimes I've had a crazy day or I have a lot of things that are due, yet giving my attention to the person that's in front of me and really appreciating the fact that there are so many amazing networking events helps me to feel more comfortable. I also like to be interested in other people. So to seem interesting, be interested in others. People have said that I'm interesting, and I'm not bragging, Mom, if you're watching this. What I'm really saying is that those were the times that I asked the most questions and talked the least about myself, because people love to talk about themselves, don't they? Because they find what they're saying is interesting, and I love to listen to them. I also like to have some questions ready, and questions beyond the regular, what do you do, how much do you charge, how long have you been in business? I like to ask different kinds of questions, like what excites you about what you do? What was the most interesting thing that you did today? What do you see on the horizon for your industry? That gets people to open up and really to talk a bit more passionately about what they do. Then they're more magnetic, I'm more comfortable, and we make a better connection. Now, after the event, this is really important. Follow up. Most people don't do it. I'm guilty of it too. Yet a 3-line email just saying how much you enjoyed meeting them, whether they want to have a coffee or asking them about something like clarification on something that they shared, really makes them feel important and listened to and appreciated. So follow up. My friend Brooke Taylor always says fortune's in the follow-up, and she is so true. Yay, Brooke! Okay, so how do you create your story? Well, I'm going to make it really easy for you. I created Sassy Story Secrets, and if you email me at kristinrohan@gmail.com or visit me at SassyAssassin.com, I'll send you a copy. Now, there's boxes here and different questions because you're going to be able to print this out and tell different stories, right? I have a million stories, and I want to be able to be really authentic and precise when I tell them. So I print this out and write them every single time, and you can do that too. Now, to make it even easier to tell your story, we're going to write our story using the word story. I love a good acronym. So, S, self. Know yourself. What are your two or three best qualities? If you don't know, there's an amazing book out there called How the World Sees You, or Brand Fascination. And Sally Hogshead wrote it, and you can go online to howtofascinate.com and take an internet quiz, because you know internet quizzes are true. My friends Denise Byron and Jeanette Valentino from the Sparkles community, they have this amazing program called Sparkles. They shared it with me, and once I realized that innovation and passion were my two strengths, was I able to let go of a bunch of other qualities that really were weighing me down or making me feel deflated or making me feel like I had to be everything to everybody. I couldn't do that, and it was really hurting my connections and my energy. So focusing on just those couple really made a difference. Another book you can read is called The 5 Faces of Genius, another amazing true internet quiz. My friend Holly shared that with me. Hey Holly. And I learned that I was an alchemist, meaning I take inspiration from different places to connect together and solve problems or solve mysteries. I also found out that I was an alchemist, not an alchemist, a jester, right? See, I'm awkward. A jester, meaning I love to use humor. And I wouldn't be dressed like this if I wasn't a person that loves humor. I guarantee you the reason that I fell in love with my husband is because he made me laugh the first time I ever met him. So those are my qualities, and I use them to my benefit. Now, T is for tremendous. What is your big, tremendous goal or dream that you want to achieve? When you write that down and you start sharing that with people, do you start taking steps towards it? And you can make better decisions on whether you're getting closer to your dream. And sharing your dream is good, so I'm going to share my dream. One of my dreams is to be a radio DJ. I want to share music and chit-chat with people over the airwaves, and use a microphone, of course, to be able to spread inspiration and connect people globally. My other big dream is to support and empower 1 million women to become millionaires. I really believe that when we have the resources, we can change the world, and we will do it. And I want to be part of it. What's your dream? Share that with me in the comics. O, outcome. What do you want to get out of that event? We talked about that a little bit before. Yet an outcome could be that you just need to find a photographer or a venue for a big event that you're holding. So knowing and being really clear and not having to give every single outcome to every single person at every single event, just try 1 or 2 each time, so that you can slowly solve your mysteries and not have to try to solve them all at one time. The R is for rev. What revs you up about what you do? What excites you about your business or your job or your hobbies? Know what is exciting to you, write that down, and ask other people, because when you know that, when you know your motivation, your dreams and your goals and everything that you do, your stories, just light on fire. And the last one is why. And I'm gonna use some humor here. So Y is for why. Why did you start your business? Why did you take your job? Knowing why you're doing something or why you've done something really gets you to get that story straight. Like, why did you start your business? Why I started Sassy Assassin or Sassy SEO in 2009 is because I really believed that I was going to change the way that women did business. And I really wanted to empower them to build their businesses and improve their marketing and their awareness so that they could grow their networks. Now, Sassy SEO became Sassy Assassin when I expanded into marketing and business strategies. And that became the Sassy Assassin today, which is a lot about confidence building and inspiration, because I really feel like, and I've said this before, when we're connecting and collaborating, we're changing the world. So that's why I do what I do. Why do you do what you do? Okay, so now you know how to write your story. Now I urge you to share it and to start attending networking events. Hopefully you'll feel less awkward and have a little bit more fun. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Kristin Rohan at gmail.com or at SassyAssassin.com. Remember to step into your superpower and live your most magnificent life, and go out there and network. Cheers.